somber horns echo, and the whole generation shivers.
Arthas.
15 seconds. That's all it took to send 20 years of charged shivers down our spines. How? Why? Because it's a masterfully crafted piece of art. First, the somber horns rise as a crescendo to an ever higher melody, and as they climb, we confront our loss. Though you might wonder, who is the Lich King? His real name is Arthas. In Warcraft 3, we watched a promising prince's journey, a journey of devotion, of genuine care for his people. But obsession consumed him. He became what he once loathed, a champion of the undead. His personality fused with an ancient, deadly spirit, creating the Lich King we know today. He killed his own father. He turned his back on his comrades. A tragedy. And that is exactly the weapon this trailer wields against you. The camera slowly zooms towards him, drawing us closer to what remains of our prince, trapped in ice, like a memory we should have left buried at the world's deep end. As the king's voice recalls his son's birth, the orchestra peaks, and the one thing that lights the Lich King's eyes is the name he buried long ago.
Arthas.
It's an explosion of senses, eyes of ice that chill to the bone, the orchestra resolving in a serene, held choir note. Everything evokes one of the expansion's central theme: death. Our sudden peace feels almost transcendental as the screen turns to white. Until we're brutally woken. The boot's design, the heavy stomp, the violent edge of the void. And yet, in contrast, an angelic Castra-like voice rises above the somber horns. Why does that fleeting vision of innocence hit us so hard? When Arthas was just a boy, he rode a horse named Invincible. Loyal from birth, strong and full of life. But one day, in youthful recklessness, Arthas pushed his horse too far, and Invincible fell. Arthas had to end his misery, bury him, ridden with guilt, and he vowed that never again he would be powerless to help. That was the prince we loved, but also the obsession that led him here. The reason why we can never see the villain without glimpsing a little boy's smile. And here, once more, the Lich King stands over a mount's grave, but this time, he's not powerless. Never again.
My child, I watched with pride as you grew into a weapon of righteousness.
We now witness a tragic irony that binds sounds and visuals. Perversion. One of the Lich King's key themes. What was once a figurative weapon of righteousness is now a weapon of undead evil. Its emotional strength lies in contemplating what could have been and what is. This leads us to one of gaming's most iconic shots. Perfectly timed with the music's resolution, Arthas strikes an almost mythical pose. Arms raised, sword poised, ascending over us as a symbol of the most iconic antagonist in Warcraft history.
Remember, our line has always ruled with wisdom and strength. And I know you will show restraint when exercising your great power.
Another perverted principle. Here's your restraint, father. Even the music is tainted. The epic, grandiose orchestra withered into a macabre elegy. The choir, voices of Arthas' people, turned into a haunting war cry. The camera expands, letting the scale overwhelm us. The choir and orchestra surge in pace and starkness, underscoring his dominance. Sindragosa emerges from the ice, a visual representation of the Lich King's terrifying power. He awakens that force effortlessly.
But the truest victory, my son, is stirring the hearts of your people.
Another perversion. This is not the people the king expected to stir the hearts of. The music then slows, preparing for one last eruption. One final perversion.
I tell you this, for when my days have come to an end, you shall be king.
He's frightening and heartbreaking. A man now entirely devoted to destroy what he once desperately tried to protect. Every visual and musical choice amplifies that sense of loss, of obsession, and of that twisted perversion of power. This final shot is a warning. It's a trailer after all. It prepares you for what's to come. Look closely into that frozen gaze. You've seen the power, the scale. Hesitate and it will be the end of you. Forget the boy he once was and face the man he became. And if you can't do it, put the boy imprisoned within out of his misery, so he can finally join his beloved horse in a peaceful afterlife. In the golden age of MMOs, no story cut as deep as this one. The Lich King wasn't just a villain, he became gaming's deepest wound and its most immortal memory. Well, that was it for me for today, and I hope that I will see you soon for another video. See you then.